I'm just happy that I can still be a part of it. I'm happy that I'm still wanted, in different organizations and have the free agency that I had. And I'm coming to probably one of the best fan bases in the world right now. So I'm pretty honored to do.
The WNBA landscape just shifted, and it all started with a quiet, unassuming moment in an Indiana gym.
Like a lot more odds. Like for real. I feel like I'm like in a little bit of a dream, but it's just super dope, super cool. I don't know if I ever seen myself on like this many billboards and pictures, so this is really good. Oh, now it's really real, huh? This is dope. Okay. I gotta get used to 2-5. This is my first time. We'll have breakfast set up every morning before practice. Okay!
Welcome viewers to the video. The seismic shift in the WNBA landscape. What this move means for the league, Indiana Fever fans, and the future of women's basketball. Call to action, like, comment, and subscribe. The moment that changed everything. The WNBA offseason was already heating up, but few saw this coming. DeWanna, a two-time WNBA champion and veteran leader, made a decision that sent shockwaves through the league. No flashy announcement, just a quiet arrival in Indiana and straight to work. The moment she walked into the gym, Caitlin Clark was waiting. This wasn't a casual shoot-around, this was a statement. A deep dive into Bonner's career, her 2 championships, multiple All-Star appearances, and leadership on and off the court. Her dominance in the playoffs, 87 postseason games, second most playoff points ever, and her ability to thrive under pressure. Why Bonner could have chosen any team, but she picked Indiana. What Bonner brings to the Fever: experience, grit, and a championship mentality. How Caitlin Clark took the basketball world by storm. Her college dominance at Iowa, and how she redefined the point guard position. The transition to the WNBA, the expectations, the hype, and the pressure. The fire she brings to Indiana, and why her leadership will define this team's future. The history between Bonner and Clark, rivals before teammates. Their epic playoff battle and what it revealed about both players. The unexpected chemistry forming between them in training camp. Bonner's mentorship role and how she's guiding Clark through her WNBA transition. The balance between veteran leadership and youthful energy. Breaking down Indiana's roster beyond Clark and Bonner. Aaliyah Boston's impact in the paint and how she changes the team dynamic. The Fever's young core and why they're ahead of schedule in their development. How Bonner's arrival transforms them from a promising team to a legitimate contender. The WNBA's reaction, how other teams are preparing for this new powerhouse. How the WNBA is evolving and why Indiana is at the center of the league's next era. The Fever's growing fan base and sold-out arenas nationwide. The media frenzy surrounding Clark and Bonner. How this move changes the balance of power in the WNBA. What the rest of the league needs to do to keep up. Recap of Bonner's decision and what it means for Indiana. The Fever's outlook for the season and potential playoff run. What this means for Caitlin Clark's future and development. The story of DeWanna Bonner and Caitlin Clark becoming teammates isn't just about 2 talented players joining forces. It's about 2 fierce competitors coming together to chase greatness. Before they shared a locker room, they shared a battle. From playoff rivals to teammates rewind to last season, and the narrative was completely different. Caitlin Clark was the young, unshaken star trying to prove herself against seasoned WNBA veterans. DeWanna Bonner, one of the most decorated players in league history, had no intention of letting the rookie sensation steal the spotlight. Their matchup in the playoffs was intense. Every possession was a statement. Bonner, known for her defensive tenacity, challenged Clark at every turn, contesting shots, pressuring her into tough decisions, and showing the kind of veteran savvy that only comes with years of experience. Clark, never one to back down from a challenge, responded the only way she knows how, with deep threes, fearless drives, and a competitive fire that never wavered. The back-and-forth nature of their battle was something special to witness. The crowd could feel the electricity. Bonner wasn't just defending another player, she was testing Clark, forcing her to prove that she could hang with the best. And Clark? She responded in kind, refusing to shrink under the pressure. It was one of those moments that fans never forget. A clash of experience versus raw talent, of battle-tested wisdom versus youthful confidence. The energy was palpable. The mutual respect was evident. But no one watching that series could have predicted what was coming next. Fast forward to this offseason, and everything changed. Bonner made her free agency decision, and suddenly, she and Clark weren't rivals anymore. They were teammates. The first sign of their new partnership wasn't a press conference or a media event. It was a quiet morning in an Indiana gym. No flashing cameras, no big speeches. Just two of the WNBA's fiercest competitors putting in work together. Clark had arrived early, already locked in on improving her game. And then, through the gym doors, came Bonner. No introductions were needed. They simply went to work. This wasn't a casual run-through of plays. It wasn't just two players getting in some off-season reps. This was a defining moment, a veteran star and a rising superstar building something that could change the future of the WNBA. What happened in that gym set the tone for what's to come. Bonner wasn't there to coast through the final years of her career. She wasn't looking for an easy ride. She was there to push, to challenge, and most importantly, to win. And Clark? She welcomed it. She didn't shy away from Bonner's presence. She embraced it, because that's who Caitlin Clark is. She's always looking for the next step, the next challenge, the next way to elevate her game. The bond forming between Bonner and Clark isn't just about their individual games. It's about what it means for the entire Indiana Fever organization. Bonner has been through it all. She knows what it takes to win championships, to make deep playoff runs, and to handle the weight of expectations. Clark, on the other hand, is entering a league that's already putting immense pressure on her shoulders. But she doesn't have to carry it alone. With Bonner in the mix, Clark has a veteran mentor who can help her navigate the challenges of professional basketball. From handling defenses designed specifically to stop her, to staying locked in through the grind of a WNBA season, Bonner's presence will be invaluable. But make no mistake, this isn't just mentorship, this is a partnership. Bonner isn't here just to guide Clark, she's here to win with her. The combination of Bonner's leadership and championship experience with Clark's generational talent and relentless drive makes for one of the most exciting duos in WNBA history. It's fire and fire, two relentless competitors now fighting on the same side. The message is clear. Indiana Fever isn't just building for the future anymore. The future is now. And the rest of the league? They'd better be ready. Absolutely. Here's an even deeper expansion of this section, diving further into the themes of competition, respect, and the impact of DeWanna Bonner and Caitlin Clark joining forces. In sports, the best partnerships aren't just built on talent. They're built on respect. Respect that is often earned through battle. For DeWanna Bonner and Caitlin Clark, their path to becoming teammates wasn't paved with easy introductions or friendly off-season conversations. It was shaped in the heat of competition, through moments of intensity that defined their individual greatness before ultimately bringing them together. Rewind to last season. Caitlin Clark had taken the basketball world by storm, electrifying college crowds at Iowa and capturing national headlines with her deep shooting range, elite court vision, and relentless confidence. She wasn't just a rising star, she was a full-fledged phenomenon. But stepping into the WNBA meant stepping onto a different battlefield. College basketball had been her kingdom, but in the pros, she was the new challenger, stepping into an arena filled with established titans. And in that first season, she met one of them head-on, DeWanna Bonner. Bonner, a two-time WNBA champion, four-time All-Star and veteran leader, had been in the league for over a decade. She wasn't just a star, she was a survivor. She had endured the grind of WNBA seasons, the heartbreak of losses, and the triumph of championships. She had battled against legends and carved out her own legacy. So, when Bonner and Clark faced off in a critical playoff series, it was more than just a game. It was a test, a proving ground where youth met experience, and both players had something to prove. Bonner, as always, played with an edge. She hounded Clark on defense, using her length and agility to disrupt passing lanes, contest shots, and force her into difficult situations. Every possession was a statement. You're talented, but you're not going to have it easy here. Clark, undeterred, responded the only way she knew how, by shooting, by attacking, by playing through contact and refusing to back down. Each deep three she hit felt like a counterpunch. Each drive to the rim, a declaration that she belonged at this level. The tension was palpable. Neither player wanted to give an inch. The battle wasn't just about that game. It was about pride, about legacy, about earning the respect of the other. Fast forward to the offseason, and the basketball world was stunned when the news broke. DeWanna was signing with the Indiana Fever. Suddenly, the two warriors who had once battled on opposite sides weren't adversaries anymore. They were teammates. For many, it was an unexpected twist in the story. But for those who understood the game, it made perfect sense. Clark had proven she could handle the WNBA's physicality and pressure. She had shown she wasn't afraid to take on the league's best. And Bonner? She had seen enough to know that Clark was the real deal. She wasn't just hype. She was a competitor, the kind of player you want on your side when you're chasing a championship. Their first meeting as teammates wasn't a public spectacle. There were no cameras, no press conferences, no social media posts. It was just two basketball players in a gym. Clark was already there, locked in, putting up shots before most players had even arrived. It was her signature work ethic, arriving early, staying late, fine-tuning every detail of her game. She didn't need to say much. The respect was already there. Instead, they got to work. The dynamic was instantly clear. Bonner wasn't in Indiana to be a mentor in name only. She was there to push Clark, to challenge her, to make her better. Every drill was intense. Every shot had a purpose. Every moment in that gym was about preparation, about chemistry, about building something bigger than either of them alone. On the surface, Clark and Bonner couldn't be more different. Clark is the young superstar, brash and confident, fearless in the face of any challenge. She plays with an energy that fuels those around her, a relentless belief that no shot is too deep, no play is impossible. Bonner is the seasoned veteran, carrying a quiet intensity and an unwavering focus. She has seen everything the league has to offer, the highs, the lows, the battles that define legacies. But it's precisely these differences that make them perfect for each other. Clark needs a veteran like Bonner, someone who has been there, who can guide her through the unique pressures of being a WNBA superstar, someone who can help her navigate defensive schemes designed specifically to stop her, who can teach her how to handle the grind of a professional season, how to adjust when defenses take away her strengths. Bonner, on the other hand, is entering the final stretch of her legendary career. She's already won championships, already cemented her legacy. But what better way to write her final chapter than by helping build something new? By joining forces with a generational talent and leading a franchise toward its first real shot at contention in years. This isn't just a player mentoring another. This is a partnership, one that will elevate both of them. For years, the Indiana Fever have been in rebuilding mode. They've drafted young talent, reshaped their roster, and searched for the right pieces to build a contender. Now with Bonner and Clark together, the message is clear. Indiana is done waiting. Bonner's arrival changes everything. It gives Clark an elite running mate, someone who can take defensive pressure off her, who can lead in the locker room, who can elevate the team's toughness and mentality. It's not just about offense, it's about culture. Bonner brings a winning mindset. She knows what it takes to go deep in the playoffs, to grind out wins in hostile environments, to battle through adversity. That mindset is contagious, and for a young team like the Fever, it's exactly what they need. Meanwhile, Clark's presence gives Bonner something equally valuable, a spark, a reason to push even harder. A young star whose energy and hunger for success can rejuvenate even the most seasoned veterans. Together they form one of the most intriguing duos in the WNBA. A blend of youth and experience, of raw talent and battle-tested wisdom. A combination that could take Indiana from a promising team to a legitimate contender. The best partnerships in sports don't happen by accident. They happen when two players, forged through competition, come together with a common goal: winning. Clark and Bonner weren't supposed to be teammates. They were supposed to be rivals. Two stars from different generations on separate paths. But the game has a way of bringing the right players together at the right time. Now, they stand side by side. And with them, a new era for Indiana Fever basketball is beginning. The rest of the league, they'd better be ready.